Now, it's a name that might not ring a bell with younger viewers, but those like Tomo, who are also in their peak in the 70s and 80s, will remember Bob Latchford with respect, and in Tomo's case, probably a bit of trepidation as well. Latchford was a prolific centre-forward pretty much wherever he went, but most notably at his home club Birmingham and later at Everton, where he was top scorer for 6 seasons in a row, and Swansea, the last time they were in the top division. Johnny Phillips went to find out where he is now.
Latchford, 1-0 to England.
Bob Latchford was a goal-scoring icon. It all began at his hometown club, Birmingham City, in the early 70s. There he caught the eye of Everton, with whom he went on to spend the majority of his career and in the process become the club's leading post-war scorer, before a swan song with Swansea that almost brought him a league title. Now Latchford spends his days in Nuremberg, Germany. When I went out to see him this week, he recalled with great fondness his time as a player. It was a career that was defined by his goals.
My whole career was about scoring goals. I just love scoring goals. And obviously, being with Everton, you are made aware immediately that they love their number 9s, and you're going to be compared against the great man, Dixie Dean.
Looking back at the old footage, there seems to be such an obvious joy in your face about scoring goals.
For me, the ultimate thing about being on the football pitch was to score. And I wouldn't say I was desperately disappointed if I didn't score, but I felt a lot better when I did.
It was at Everton where he proved himself beyond doubt. But on the very day he signed for the Blues, it could have been so different. Just hours after putting pen to paper, he received a visit to his home.
Get a knock at the door. And we looked at each other and said, "Who's that this time of night?" Anyway, went to the door, and it's Big Roger Hind, centre half at Birmingham. Now, Big Roger is a cousin to Bill Shankly, right? And Big Roger, in his Scottish accent, went, Bob, you haven't signed, have you? Shanks wants you.
So he could have been a Red, but he's forever thankful he turned out a Blue.
Everton is a club where it gets into your blood. Yeah. And you ask any player from outside of Liverpool who's played for Everton and gone back, they'll say, yeah, it's in your blood, and you have an affinity, association with the fans. I'm a Brummie, born and bred, and obviously, that's where my soul is with Birmingham. But if people ask me, my heart is with Everton, my soul is with Birmingham, and they are unique.
In 1981, having scored well over 200 career goals, Latchford took a surprise step and signed for John Toshak's newly promoted Swansea. The debut hat-trick against Leeds United immediately endeared him to the regulars at the Vetch Field. His goal-scoring propelled the Swans to the top of the table, ahead of his old foes Liverpool, with just a month of the season remaining.
Lost the last 3 or 4 games, and it just killed us. It's very hard to put your finger on why we suddenly just blew up right at the death. Yeah, we could have won it. We could have easily have won the league, which would have been an even bigger fairy tale.
The rise of the current Swans team has been a cause for celebration for Latchford, although he's confined to viewing their success from afar.
To come back from where they've been, to get back and actually into the Premiership, it's probably as great a feat as it was back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, getting up from the old 4th division into the 1st division.
One of the highlights of Latchford's career was the 77-78 season when he achieved 30 league goals, the 30th coming in the final few minutes of the last game against Chelsea.
The fans remember it with great affection as well, so it gave them something in an era where Liverpool was so dominant. It just gave them something to shout about as well.
And when Swansea host Everton today for the first time in 30 years, those memories will come flooding back once more.
And you just wonder where the time's gone. It does feel like yesterday, but the decades have moved on, and the game has changed, but the memories are still there.